What's up with the Siccness.net? It's your boy Coop, man. Y'all know what time it is. It's interview time. We back at it, man. You know, this time we're gonna, take a little trip into to history as well and to some presents, man. It's a pleasure for me to introduce y'all to the Northwest song SYKO. What's up with you, G?
What's going on with you, big homie?
Oh man, it's a beautiful day out here in Cali. How's it up there?
Oh man, I mean, sun is trying to peek through these clouds a little bit, but you know what I'm saying? We around this fall time. It's officially September around these parts, so the nigga ain't underestimating this rain out here.
Oh yes, definitely wetlands anytime.
Exactly. At any given moment, man, it's gonna drop on us.
Man, so before we get into anything in depth, man, just go ahead and introduce yourself. A quick, brief introduction to yourself and your career to the listeners who may not know about you.
All right, for the people that may not know, man, SYKO, man, MC/producer out the Northwest region, man. Been at this shit since 1998. Dropped my first album on my own called Lyrically Insane, and then from there, I went to work with one of the most prolific labels out of Seattle at the time. We was basically like a Northwest AWOL by the name of Street Level Records, led by Mr. D Sane, you know what I'm saying? Dropped an album called Psychotherapy that was hailed as an instant classic throughout the Northwest region by a lot of hip-hop heads, underground hip-hop, gangster rap, whatever, however you want to put it. Motherfuckers looked up to that. And then from there, off the strength of making that album, I linked up with very legendary artists everybody loved to know and love, Mac Dre, man, and produced the hits, man, Boss Tycoon, Thizzelle, just to name a few. And just basically the touch of production, man, ever since then on everybody else's albums, man, just putting in work, just trying to let everybody know about this region, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. Definitely a part of West Coast hip hop history for the youngsters who might not be hip. But before we get all into the Mac Dre's and all the big hits, I definitely want to go with the start. You said you put your first album out on your own, then you hooked up with a Northwest Wales, D Sane, Street Level Records, man. I really want to talk about that because that's definitely a big moment. I'm pretty sure for the Northwest and your career as well. Like, how did you end up hooking up with D Sane and then y'all, and the rest of the roster that was also down with Street Level Records?
Okay, well, basically he had heard my Lyrically Insane album, the one I put out by myself, and he heard kind of like where I was coming from as far as like my lyrics went. At the time, they was somewhere musically different. I was somewhere musically different. He was like, I don't really care so much about the music, but the SYKO dude, the type. So we had a mutual friend. I got introduced to D, and then from there, I went to the studio. The first night I met D Sane was a bad one. He can recall this one too. I met him, bro, and I was drunk as fuck, and I threw up all over his balcony. You know what I'm saying? So that was the first meeting, and he like, man.
What an introduction.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So he was like, I don't know if I want to fuck with this dude or not. You know what I'm saying? So I come back, I think it was the next day or maybe a couple days later, and 3D BD was there, Big BD was there, and Mafia, a.k.a. Skunk from the Northwest, he was there, and I ended up laying my verse for Take My Time on the Independent Cash album. I laid that verse, and then I did, I think I did something else on there. And then after that, they was just like, man, what's up, man? What's up? He was kind of like in my ear tough, like, what's up, man? Let's do an album. I want you on the label. Let's do an album. I'm like, what? Fuck it. Let's do it. And so, you know what I'm saying? It was just right off instinct. They liked what I was doing. It was like I fit in the circle because they already had hitters over there. They already had their FTS album out, which was already doing numbers in the Northwest. You know what I'm saying? It was getting a lot of notoriety around the Northwest. So it was just like, fuck it, you know what I'm saying? I might as well do it. And then, shit, that's how Psychotherapy was created. We did that album in about 2.5 weeks tops, and it was done.
No way.
Yes, sir, man. And every day, I basically lived in the same house for about a month. And 2.5 weeks, he would just throw on a beat or I would make a beat and I'd start writing instantly. And I would just write. And then, bro, before we knew it, we had the album done. It was a quick process.
Wow. That's crazy. That's something I never even knew. Now, being that you had the first album and then transitioning to work with Diesel, was you already producing then?
Yeah, I was always producing and doing my own production, you know what I'm saying? So that's another thing that D-Sane he was hella fond of because he was the only person in-house making all the beats, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, not only can this motherfucker spit, he can make the beats too, you know what I'm saying? So that was a big plus for the roster as well.
Man, who were some of the artists that was on Street Level Records besides you?
Man, we had you had Greedy Beatty, you had Brazy J, rest in peace, you had Birdie, rest in peace, you had J-Dub, you had Mad Dog MD, you had CK Red, he ended up dropping out the group, and then you had a dude named Villain, they ended up dropping out the group. I never had a chance to meet them. I guess CK Red told on somebody and Villain just got beat up or something like that. I don't know what happened.
Shit.
But that was it. That was it at the time. And then after, like around the time I was still there, I think Sarcastic was down with the label, another dope ass artist from the Northwest. Of course, then they had Mafia 151, Lack of Respect, Critical, Dividends. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I don't know, man. There's a whole lot of motherfuckers. But when I was there, it was just me and FTS. That was it. All them people that I mentioned, they was in that group FTS, and then it was me. That was the roster at the time.
Right. But things just continued to grow after that. Man, a 2-week album done in 2 weeks, man, and it's definitely a classic. That got me tripping right there. 2 weeks. But hey, I guess when you hungry, you know what I'm saying, you got that chemistry going, anything is possible.
Yeah, man. I went in the studio and I wasn't really like, you know how you just go in the studio and you just trying to work. So I wasn't thinking that it was going to come out the way it did. And when it did, people just, like I had people trying to sign me at the time, like X-Radio's mom, Jazz Brown, she was trying to sign me. D-Pain wouldn't let it happen. I had Rap-A-Lot Records was trying to sign me at the same time they had signed Yuck. I had a partner that I went to high school with, man. His name was Ray Blodgett Jr. His dad was Ray Blodgett Sr., and he was the COO of Rap-A-Lot Records. You know what I'm saying? I had a straight in to Rap-A-Lot, and I didn't get to seize that opportunity. So that album turned a lot of heads because people was like, man, what the fuck is going on up in Seattle and Portland? What's going on over there? I didn't know they had shit like this out there.
Right. True. So from that, man, you went on and you did some other things, but you definitely notable for that. But for all of the say, I don't know what the right word is. I guess for the mid generation, you know, the Mac Dre fans, the hypey era, you know, you made two of the biggest hits possible. Boss Tycoon and Thizzelle. How did you even hook up with Dre?
Man, it's just like, you know what I'm saying, when you fucking around in the streets, man, and people really gravitate towards what you're doing, that whole word of mouth thing, man, is real big. So Dre was coming through Portland a lot. You know what I'm saying? That was baby Mac Dre land, was Portland and Seattle. You know what I'm saying? And every time Dre would come through, he was the kind of person that'd be like, you know, who got the shit, who got the dope. So when he was out there, he was fucking with a cat by the name of Sporty, you know what I'm saying, who's actually one of my partner's dads, you know what I'm saying? He's a producer. He produced on some of that Cutthroat Committee album, you know what I'm saying? The first time I seen songs like that. And then Dre was just kind of out there fucking with producers, getting his sound together, trying to figure out, you know what I'm saying, what he was going to do. So he was asking questions like, you know, who's the nigga out here that got beat? And then the homie Kenny Mac, I guess, was telling him, you know, shout out to the homie Kenny Mac. Kenny Mac was telling him, hey, man, that nigga SYKO, man. You need to fuck with this nigga named SYKO. Fuck with this nigga named SYKO. So then, he just linked up with us, came to the house. And, nigga, I'm sitting in there making beats, and my partner Doe come in the house with Mac Dre. You know, shout out to Doe, too, my nigga from Hog and the Dog. And he's, like, really put me on and shit. And Nigga come in, I turn around, it's Mac Dre. I'm like, he like, Cuddy, no, don't stop what you doing. That shit dope. I'm like, nigga, shit, okay. You know what I'm saying? So it was just something, man, it wasn't even meant to be because he came through and fucked with me and shit. It was like, okay, yeah, he dope, da-da-da-da-da. And then I didn't see him again for a while. And then I ended up running to him again in Kelso, Longview, Washington at a Andre Nicotina show. And the nigga was like, he was like, Cuddy, this nigga I'm telling you all about, nigga, the nigga with the beat. I'm like, oh, yeah, the nigga fuck with the beat like that, huh? You know what I'm saying? He's like, yeah, Cuddy, SYKO, you coming back to California with us, nigga. And I was just like, man, all right, fuck it, nigga. And from there, nigga, that was it. It was a wrap.
So did you have the beats already made, or did you make them with inspiration of saying I'm gonna make these for Dre, or that was something that y'all collaborated together when y'all came up with the joints that y'all made together?
The only beats that Dre got for me was a CD that I gave him in Portland, and that ended up being the Mac Dre Man and Friend beat. You know what I'm saying? The beats you hear on that CD that I produced, them was just already pre-made. When we did Thizzelle, Washington, everything off of there was made in the studio and off of collaboration. Everything was put together and built, like the song with Looney, the song with Yuck, you know what I'm saying, the song with the Doobie, you know what I'm saying, the songs with PS and everybody. Those was all, nigga, okay, Syke, this sound like this, we gonna grab this nigga, put it on it, da-da-da. Everything was shaped and formed like, you know what I'm saying, like a song. Everything was, nigga, I was really in there doing my Dr. Dre thing. Nigga was really producing with this man, you know what I'm saying? Like, niggas really making that shit happen, you know what I mean?
Working. What was that atmosphere like recording that album, man?
Man, the vibe in that album was so crazy, bro, because at the time we knew what the fuck we had once we was doing, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that was when, like, on Trill TV, where you see that house that Dre lived at with the pool, swimming pool and shit, and kids chilling and shit. That's where we was at making that album. So it was like, it was two separate houses built in one. So you had one nigga, you had a group of niggas in one lab up there. It might be Jack, it might be, you know what I'm saying, Ryder and them up in one building. And then it's me, Dre, SYKO, rest in peace, and Sleep Dank and Doobie in another building. And niggas was just creating in that whole compound. So it was just, nigga, if we ain't working on Thizzelle, Washington, we working on something else. That's how you hear a lot of them songs, you know what I'm saying, off Ryder J. Clyde album that I did, a couple off PS album, a couple off Doobie here and there, you know what I'm saying, because it was just a compound of niggas just working. So the vibe there, man, it was just, I can't even describe it, bro. It was just out of control, man, especially for me being a fan of the music already and being smack dab in the middle of it, and I'm controlling the soundtrack, man. It was a beautiful thing, nigga. It was some of the most fun times of my life.
That's beautiful, and y'all made some great music, and it's definitely gonna be a memorable thing for a lifetime, a lifetime. But you know, I was checking out an interview of you from my guy, the archivist. You know what I'm saying? And I was checking him out, checking the interview you did with him, and I didn't know that your musical background was so deep. As far as, you know, family, parents, and surroundings you have been in since a kid. You know, like, you want to explain some of that?
Well, first and foremost, my mom, she was a part of a group called Sunday's Child, who had a record out in 1970. They were signed to Reprise Records, which actually was an imprint of Sammy Davis. It was basically Sammy Davis Jr. and Frank Sinatra's label that they was funneling money through for the mob type shit. It was their label, they imprint. So they were signed to them, and they dropped the album called Sunday's Child. But they was also on, like, the Ed Sullivan Show. You know, they did Bob Hope USO tours all over the globe. Shit, they was on the Cliff Wilson Show. They even did a segment with Sesame Street, you know what I'm saying, with Big Bird and everything on the show. You know what I'm saying? Jimi Hendrix drummer Buddy Miles used to live in my basement. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I've been around music my whole life, bro. Like my mom was real good friends with Gregory Hines. Is it junior or whoever Gregory Hines was the oldest one? I don't know if it was a junior or a senior, but she was real good friends with him. She was good friends with Sammy Davis Jr. You know what I'm saying? It was just music was always around me all the time. You know what I'm saying? So my background in it is real imprinted and real deep like a motherfucker, especially as far as Portland goes, as far as black artists and people that are part of the movement. My uncle he was basically the head of a group called the Green Berets, which was like Portland's version of the Black Panthers, you know what I'm saying? And he did a whole lot of shit for the city. So not only consciously and just like on some real shit, but my family just had a lot to do with the city of Portland, you know what I'm saying, period. But musically, for sure, on a big, big note. My aunt Renee Wood, she played Fanta and Roots. She was a Huggy Bear girlfriend in Car Wash, you know what I'm saying? Like, she was in Tougher Jack Flash with Whoopi Goldberg, all kind of crazy shit. You might have seen her on a couple episodes of CSI and Rock and all kind of crazy shit. So my family is real intricate when it comes with the arts. They fuck with all parts of it.
Wow, that's dope, man. That is dope. What's your most memorable musical childhood moment?
I think I'm gonna say my best musical childhood moment was listening to Buddy Miles play the drums, man. Like I can remember hearing this dude play the drums, and that shit was out of this world. If y'all don't know who Buddy Miles is, just look him up, just Google, do some search, Buddy Miles. And just watch that nigga go dumb on the drums for about a half an hour. Like that was, and I'm seeing this shit as a kid up close and personal to where the kick drum was beating me in my chest. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that shit was dope for me. That shit made me like, man, whatever this music shit is about, I want in.
Right. So what's going on with you today, man? I mean, before you go into that, what's going on with you today musically?
Musically, I'm on my production thing, man. I'm on my baby Dr. Dre, man. I aspire to be like the man in so many ways. Because I mean, it's one thing to be dope rapping and writing this shit for people, but I always like to hear what other people can come up with to my music, you know what I'm saying? So that's one thing that I've really been on, like, ever since 98. I don't think there's 1 year that I've stopped producing. I've been consistent every year, whether it's an album y'all heard or an album y'all ain't heard. I've been touching the boards, you know what I'm saying? But most recently, man, I moved back up here to Seattle, and I've been fucking around with this artist, man, one of the dopest female artists, I think, to date, period, by the name of Gifted Gas. And she worked with a group of people, man. They got a crew out here called the Moore Gang. And shit, me and her about to do an EP together. I'm producing the whole EP. It's going to be like 6 to 8 songs, you know what I'm saying? I've been working on that real closely with her, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know what I'm saying, of course, my little nigga Jim Cole, man, from my hood, he got a new mixtape out, something called Nasty. I produced 2 tracks on there featuring Mozzie. Both of the songs got Mozzie on them, you know what I'm saying? Basically, me and Nonstop, you know what I'm saying, came together figuratively. I started to beat out, sent it down to him, sent the files, he finished it out. So you got a little bit of sneak peek of what me and Nonstop gonna sound like together on the board. You know what I'm saying? So I've been lightweight, just kind of sitting on back, you know what I'm saying? And then I got my album Hiatus coming. I keep telling niggas it's coming, but it's coming like a motherfucker. I got about 8 songs done. You know what I'm saying? I'm handling all the production. Me and my little brother Basshead, who's stupid dope. And then another artist I've been fucking with real closely is out of Richmond, California. He go by the name of Jizzle McFly. You know what I'm saying? Y'all go and check him out. You know what I'm saying? Follow him on the social media and all that shit. But every project he didn't put out since about 2010 I've been a part of. And he got some real dope shit on there from him. I did that figure 8 for him, you know what I'm saying, over the summer, and that's a real dope one. Motherfuckers look that up. And then I got another little young dude out here in Seattle, out of you know what I'm saying, the Valley, by the name of Deep Valley. You know what I'm saying, and I'm working with real closely. You know, he got some shit with Freeway and the Jack online, niggas to check out. And he got a song I did for him called All Summer. That's real dope. Niggas can check that out too. So I just been kind of, man, just doing my groundwork again with everybody else around my backyard so we can kind of show them, you know what I'm saying, what it is. People already know and their eye is open about the Northwest, but we just got to show them what it is again. You know, Psych is really for the Northwest, even though I influence the Bay Area in a big and ridiculous way. But that sound comes from this region, period, point blank.
Indeed. Speak up. That was my next question. The Northwest rap scene. What's going on with it?
Man, Shit, I can answer that shit in so many different ways, but I don't want to sound like no hate. I don't want to sound weird. You know what I'm saying? But it's a real different scene up here. I will say that. Like, it's a lane for everybody up here. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, they respect, you know what I'm saying, the music and shit, but then you get a lack of support, just kind of like you do in any city. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to give Seattle too much credit, and I don't want to downplay it at the same time. But you know what I'm saying? It's a dope scene for music, but it can use a little fine tuning. That's all. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of like anywhere else. Everybody want to be the nigga just 'cause, and you know what I'm saying? It's a certain kind of uncamaraderie and shit. Everybody want to feel like they're in competition with each other, and that just ain't really my attitude. You feel me? But it's a dope ass scene out there. I ain't gonna get it fucked up. Like, motherfuckers really go to shows and show up and support. You know what I'm saying? And then there's a lot of motherfuckers that hate and don't support. So, you know what I mean? It's 50-50. Of course, I love it because I'm from here, but it's a lot of shit that I don't like about the shit, though. You know what I mean? That's what anybody that'll tell you the same thing where they from. You know what I'm saying? It's like California. It's like Oakland. It's like, you know what I'm saying, everywhere else, bro. It's the same old shit.
True story. True story. Man, you know, you was in the headlines a few months ago, man. What was up with that, man?
Man, I'm gonna keep it 100, man. You know what I'm saying? It's motherfuckers that you know rock with you, and there's motherfuckers that you know don't rock with you. You know what I'm saying? So I ended up going to a funeral, man. My little homeboy got killed. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, my nigga overdose, man. Ghost gang, man. You know what I'm saying? My nigga, I went to his funeral. You know, so I go to his funeral and shit or whatever, and I'm fucking around with a couple of homies after the funeral on Whoopie Wop, and we're already getting profiled where we're at. You know what I'm saying? Because the area we're at, and it's niggas in the parking lot thick, and my partner, you know what I'm saying? My nigga was not a Crip or a Blood. He was from 12 Ave. He was from Family Street, where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? The nigga favorite colors just happen to be black and red. So everybody in black and red, I mean, we blanked up out there. You know what I'm saying? So they're already thinking something stupid. So I'm like, all right. So we leave the function. Niggas get pulled over or whatever. Me, I'm a felon. Nigga, I got a job. I'm on paper. I got my kids. Like, I got a lot of grown shit going on in my life to where I'm not about to have no pistol on me. You see what I'm saying? Like, period, point blank. Like, it's ways for me to do shit to where I'm not finna have my hands on no pistol. Period. So, nigga, right. I got a nigga in my car with me. Niggas know how the streets go, you feel me? Now, I don't know if he crawled from this nigga's seat to my seat, but it ends up under my seat. So, anybody that really know this shit, niggas, if anything go down with these motherfuckers tripping or anything happen, nigga, that's your shit. So if motherfuckers come back, they're like, oh, you got suspended license. I'm like, bro, bullshit. I ain't got no suspended license. My license is valid. Like, you ain't got no insurance, blah, 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 blah. So it's all illegal search and seizure anyway. So I guess by them doing that, and when they went back to go run niggas' names or whatever the fuck before they pulled us out the car, this nigga's thinking, oh, okay, well, nigga, I'm going to put my gun under his seat because it's already illegal search and seizure, and I got A, B, and C going on, and this nigga SYKO ain't got shit going on. You feel me? Like I'm gonna be this nigga Fall Guy or something. You feel me? Like, nigga, you got me fucked up. You know what I mean? So, long story short, the motherfuckers, I already got nigga DNA on file. They asked to swab DNA. I'm like, man, you can swab, nigga, everything you want, nigga. For real, nigga. Swab in between my toes, nigga, my cheek. I don't know nothing about no magical ass gun underneath my seat. And you motherfuckers is finna tow my car. Because you talking about I parked in front of a fire hydrant. Like, y'all all the way fucking with me. Y'all pulled me over in front of this fire hydrant. You feel me? Like, okay, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? So a nigga ends up going to jail. They put it all on TV like a nigga got caught up with four other, like I had 4 co-defendants when it was a different traffic stop. Them niggas in the other car got stopped on some other shit. I was in the car with one person who ended up to throw his burner under my seat. Period, point blank, and fuck the Portland police, nigga.
Is you done with the bullshit, or you still going to court, or what?
And I went to court for about 4 months to keep it real, and they finally dismissed the shit because they got the DNA evidence back, and none of my shit matched the prints of the gun and all this old extra shit. But these motherfuckers still trying to take me to court for suspended license and no insurance. So I just said, fuck it, bro. I ain't even going. Like, I don't even care about that shit.
Well, shit, you a free man. You back to work supporting the family. That's the main thing. Shit.
Man, really.
Had you all in the headlines. I'm like, nah, not psych, nah. I'm like,
hey, I gotta explain it to motherfuckers and shit. I'm coming. They're like, man, what's up, man? You fucking up, nigga. You still working? I'm like, man, you know, like, motherfuckers was on my head because niggas know, man, I've been staying out the way just trying to get my shit right, man. Just trying to, you know what I'm saying, just focus you a little bit, you know what I mean? Not be out so much, not be wilding out so motherfucking much, doing stupid bad shit for no reason. So I kind of been out the way, you feel me, so to speak. So motherfuckers was really, really angry at a nigga that they had to see me on TV like that because they know what the fuck I've been up to, and I've been trying so hard to stay out the motherfucking way, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, man, I had my moms calling me and relative, aunties, and uncles I ain't heard from in about 10 years and shit. And you know that social media is a motherfucker. Boy,
hey, it's look. If you know I got the news in California, you know it's a motherfucker. I'm like, damn, this nigga on TV and all over the news websites and shit. I'm like, this just look huge.
Yeah, man, it was just a case of the punk police, man. You know, NWA shit still ain't changed, man. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers still want to fuck a nigga off, call a nigga a suspected gang member. That means that you think I'm a gang member, but you really don't know. You know what I'm saying? The police use tricky ass terms, my nigga.
They got a loophole for everything, don't they?
Yeah, I'm gonna say, so you just gonna suspect me a gang too whooping and shit. Okay, I got you.
Man, so you got the new. You say you keep telling us the new album coming soon, but it's coming. You working on it. You got a lot of other goody things in the bag. You've been working, man. I guess any last words for the listeners?
Man, shit, shout out to everybody that's been rocking with a nigga, man, that really know what the fuck it is as far as my history go with this music, man, and, shit, just, stay tuned for it, nigga, man. Make sure y'all follow me on all my social media. Everything is SYKO1239. You feel me? And, just stay tuned, man. That's it, man. I rock with the Siccness. Been a long time member for over 10 years, man, so it's a beautiful thing to finally speak to y'all motherfuckers and give it to you 100, man. You know what I mean? That's what it is, bro. Keep repping Pearl to the motherfucking end, man. You know, it's a whole lot of weird shit and a whole lot of fake duplicate pills and a whole lot of this and that, man. But keep repping that T the way Pearl will want you to, man. Fuck sucker shit. And don't tell on your partner no matter what, man. For